Well, hello, hello, hello to all you wisdom walkers, wannabe wisdom walkers, are being wisdom walkers very soon. This is Jojo Maria and Saroma coming to you with the elemental wisdom for the month of December. Yes. Wow, we made it. We made it into December. What an incredible year this has been. Yeah. But my theme for this reading is fulfillment, because that's what I believe everything we've been tumbling through, being squeezed through, oppressed by, is really to bring us into a consciousness about fulfillment and what that really means. Because so many of the things that we've been conditioned to believe will bring us fulfillment really don't, especially anything that is external. Yeah. And so we're in a time where things have happened like rugs being pulled out from under your feet, where you have to go in. You have to go in to move forward. You have to really ask the hard, deep questions in order to really be able to feel like, yeah, okay, it's going to be okay. I'm going to move through this. I'm going to get to the other side. Yes, absolutely. And we will. We all will. Definitely. So it's my great pleasure to bring you this information about the elemental wisdom for this month. We actually are going to experience all five of the elemental energies, which is just wonderful when that can happen, especially at the very last month of the year. I think that's significance. And fire is our primary influence, but also because it is the month 12, we get some water energy in there. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. My energetic theme again for this month is fulfillment. And during this month, the elemental energies encourage us to be flexible, to surrender your attachment to your plan. Yeah, like lots of us have had to do over this year and even last year, giving support without expecting anything material in return. Embrace and practice forgiveness. Remember your purpose in life. And most importantly, and it comes at the very end of the month, release what can no longer support your new journey in 2026. Yeah, absolutely. Now, as always, I want to just do my acknowledgement and honoring of my elders, Malidoma and Sobonfu Somé, from Burkina Faso, land of the proud ancestors, without whom I wouldn't have access to this ancient wisdom from my ancestors. So, shout out to them on the other side. And again, December is our final fire month in this Earth year. And fire is always about transformation, taking things that need to be extinguished, need to be transformed. And it does that in a very radical way. So that's why it is such a powerful, powerful energy for us to be moving through in the month of December, which is also marked by lots of holiday energy. Yeah. So this final fire month is conjoined with the water element, bringing balance, truth seeking, and peacemaking to our final growth and transformation experience in this potent and unforgettable Earth year. Shay. So remember that we have this water energy working with us. So let's begin today, Wednesday, because remember the elemental day of the week is based on what day January 1st falls upon for that year. And so this year in 2025, it was a Wednesday. So this opens our elemental week, and we have, yes, nature. And here is the opportunity for our nature week. It's all about flexibility, trusting the process. Surrender your attachment to your plan. When we make up what we think is the best way for our dreams to come true, we are sure to be disappointed. I know Yana Van Zant says, "You want to hear God laugh? Tell God your plan." Trust that the universe, with its unknowable ability to make things happen in the right way and at the right time, is more powerful than your brain or that of any other human. Want it to be right for you more than just wanting it. Let go of trying to figure it all out. Do what is right in front of you to do at the present time, and know that more will be revealed. Connect with the magical and tricky energy of the nature element, whether that is in the form of plants, trees, flowers, animals, snow, or humans, to help you accept the greater order and direction that you are being asked to experience. Ashe. And of course, with every opportunity, we will get some distractions. So here they are for this week. Being arrogant or stubborn, that means thinking you know it, thinking you know the outcome, you know the ending, when of course we don't. Attempting to change a no into a yes or a yes into a no. And that, of course, is running away from accepting what is so that you really can get to a resolution or get to another understanding. But if you're in that dance of trying to say, no, this shouldn't be happening, um, yeah, we don't want to do that. Perceiving things as win-lose. Yeah. Yeah, that really limits our ability to receive the miracles in life. Yeah. Despairing and trying to go back to the place you know best, also known as trying to squeeze back through the hole. And with so many of us baby boomers, myself included, facing retirement, or I like to call it refirement, stepping into a whole new way of living and being, there is that pull to try to, keep doing what you've already completed. So just notice that, especially this week. And then last but not least, beating yourself up for situations and or outcomes over which you have no control. Yeah. And, you wanna be like Gumby here in the picture, just really allow yourself to be flexible during this time. So let's move to the second week, second elemental week in December, which begins on December 10th, and this is all about Earth and the energy of paying it forward. Yes. Give support, pay it forward, be an inspiration, offer assistance without expecting anything material in return. Let go of using money and material objects as your God. Demonstrate your ability to be generous, compassionate, considerate, and trustworthy. Invoke the generative, nourishing, and abundant universal love energy of the earth element to be of service to others. In doing this in a humble and balanced way, you will be gifting your soul with unconditional love. This emotional resource will serve you well as you continue to move through unexpected barriers to fulfillment of your annual commitments. As you comfort others, you will be comforted. And I just want to take a moment to note that, again, we're in an Earth year. And so this is an Earth week. And the message is all about, right? Pay it forward, give it back, you know, be a support, be an inspiration, stop thinking, that money is going to save you because it's really not. Um, And I thought that was really a wonderful message that's coming through to us for the ending, the closing out of this Earth year. Yeah, really, really cool. So here are the distractions for this Earth week. Number 1, complaining. Yeah, because complaining isn't going to solve anything, and I'm not talking about not being demonstrative or, expressive in your upset and what it is that you don't like. Just recently I found out that my beloved Celestial Seasoning tea is working, getting its products from tea farms where people are treated like crap and where they use pesticides, even though they promote, that this is all natural and there's no GMOs and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I complain about that. I'm upset about it, but then I let it go and I focus on, okay, so what is a tea that I can now drink? So again, don't let complaining be where you stay. Complain about it and then open up to, okay, what's next? Expecting others to do what you can do. Yeah. Let go of thinking that people are at the same frequency and consciousness that you are, especially if you're a wisdom walker and you've been doing your self mastery work. And again, some people may not get there. They may not get to the level you're at, but just let go of holding them responsible for what they really can't do. It'll feel so much better. And then that fear of not being appreciated or compensated. Yeah. And if you have that fear, that means there's something going on in you where you're not valuing yourself. And that's why it's showing up in the external world. So it's really a nod to and a reminder to us like, okay, why am I not valuing myself? Why am I not believing that I can be appreciated and appropriately compensated for my gifts, my talents, and my genius? Absolutely, Shay. And then on the 3rd week in this fire month, we get a fire week, and it is December the 17th. And it's interesting again that one shows up. So it is like a water and fire combination. And the message is all about, yes, forgiveness. Embrace and practice forgiveness. It's an opportunity to invoke the ancestors to help you forgo being a martyr to past pain as you invite the grace of forgiveness to embrace you and remove what was never yours to keep. Ask and thank your God for enabling you to receive the grace of forgiveness for those who have hurt you and for those you have hurt, consciously or unconsciously. Prepare an ancestor plate at every meal, light a candle, and feed them with your intention to honor their existence and to receive their guidance, their wisdom, and love. They want you to win and are committed to you not repeating their sorrows. You are their dream come true, and they want you to live your happy endings. Yes, yes, yes. So good energy from the ancestors around forgiveness that we can rely on. So here's the distractions wanting to be right about being a victim. I talk about this a lot. That's that victim consciousness. Like we adopt a way of being in the world based on what happened to us in the past. And we really, really have to become conscious of how much that is running our lives. And we have to open up to having that dismantled. And again, forgiveness is a big, big, important energy for making that happen. Yeah. Thinking you have to figure things out on your own. Yeah, yeah. We need help, folks. We need help. We need physical help and we need non-physical help. So just remember that. Don't paint yourself into a wall like if I can't figure it out, then there's no solution. Or I have to do all of this on my own. I can't get the help that I need. That's not true. You have to believe that you are worthy of getting help. You gotta and again, that is vested in your ability to believe that you're supposed to be here, that you have purpose, that you have things to contribute, you have things to experience, and that you really can be fulfilled in life, yeah. So, again, let go of that, "I've gotta do it all on my own." No, that's never, never true. Judgment and criticism of self and others, yeah, stay out of that. Lena Stevens, whose website is The Power Path, and writes that wonderful shamanic astrological message every month. Her theme for the month of December is neutrality. I just love that. And that's what it's about. Like, just stay neutral. You don't need to engage with what you know is a mess. Yeah, just leave it alone because ultimately it will dissolve. That's how the universe really works. So let go of that judgment, and especially of yourself. Notice how many times in a day you are telling yourself there's something wrong with you, and then stop doing that. Or as soon as you feel that showing up, shift it into something positive, like just being grateful. But don't stay in that judgment and criticism of yourself or others. And then last but not least, taking on the problems of others. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's so easy to do because you think that that's helping them, but ultimately it's really not, because the only way people are going to get to the other side of stuff is it's what they have to do. You can't pick them up and carry them. No. And, I'm talking about adults here. So, people have to go through what they have to go through. Don't feel sorry for them, and if you're really disrupted by a hardship that somebody's going through, then you need to ask yourself, "What am I afraid of? What is this about for me?" Yeah. But don't take on stuff that is not yours to take on. It never ends well. That's from my experience. Yeah. Absolutely. And again, call on your ancestors, keep calm. They really want to help us. Ashe. And then as we go into the fourth week in December, and this will be Christmas Eve, December 24th, we step into Mineral Week. And this is all about remembering purpose. Yeah. Allow the power of love to remind you of who you truly are, what you really want to do, have, and be in your life. Follow your heart and soul and take the necessary risk to experience your true power and uniqueness. Yes. Mm, boy, we need this message over and over and over and over again in a culture that really does not easily support people being in the truth of who they are. So I love that it's coming at the end of the month as we are moving into a new year, because you really want to be able to go into this new year being in the truth of who you are as much as you possibly can. Absolutely. So here are the distractions. Choosing to stay in confusion. Yeah. Confusion is a choice, folks. It really is. It's something to think about, but it is. And then when you want to stop being confused, you just can say to your guide, your ancestors, your spirit guides, okay, I'm done. I'm ready for clarity. Yeah, because it's clarity that you want to take into reality, not confusion. I'll repeat that. It is clarity that you want to take into reality, not confusion. Yeah. Engaging in melodramas. Yeah, they can be fun, especially when you were a teenager. But the older you get, the more this is going to be a distraction and a drain on your energy. It also lowers your frequency. And so if you're trying to live higher timeline conscious, really connecting with your fifth dimensional self, yeah, melodramas won't help you do that. So yeah, be on the lookout for that and say no. Taking on problems and challenges that you have the ability to tackle, but which are not for you to do because they are not in alignment with your higher purpose. This is a really big one because, I can remember when I was starting out to be of service to others. And, it's really fun to take on and figure out stuff for people. And people would call me because they knew she'll do it, she'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't have to do the work. And after I got exhausted and drained, I realized, okay, just because I can do this doesn't mean I need to. And I began to set my boundary and really support people and cheerlead them into doing the work. But it wasn't for me to do. So just stay mindful of that, all of you. And I'll tell you the other reason why you don't want to do this. You don't want to take on the problems of others you could solve, is because you're losing time working on your own problems. Yeah, it is just a distraction to what is going on in you that needs time, attention. Yeah, and muscle building. There you go. Fear of failure. Fear of failure is a big distraction to stepping into purpose. And it's natural to be afraid, but we got to find that courage, get that strong heart so that we can really, really move it forward. And then last but not least, procrastination. Yeah. And, procrastination is really fear. Understand that it's not like it's something you're doing consciously. It really is a result of some hidden fears. So to move out of procrastination, just ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? What am I afraid of? If I take a step forward into my true self, what is it that I'm afraid will happen? And that will help you move forward. Absolutely. And then last but not least, and it's interesting because it's the last day of December, but it actually is an elemental week into January, right? Because January 1st then will be on a Thursday. And so, this will be the last of 2025 energy, and again, it is a water week. Love it, love it, love it. And with the 3 in front, we can call it a nature water. So that's all about change, as well as this message about release what can no longer support your new journey in 2026. Call upon the power of love and the element of water, and also say the element of nature, to enable you to peacefully and gently bid farewell to the people, places, or things that once sustained you. Express gratitude for these were essential contributions you received to your healing and growth. But now you've outgrown their energy, and it's time to make room for new energy that is about to show up for you. Embrace vulnerability, embrace the unknown, say yes. Absolutely. Wonderful. Wonderful. I love this message. So here are the distractions. And as this meme says here, it's time to let go of the past and embrace all that awaits you. So that fear of loss, yeah, it will come up. It's okay. Grieve and go on. Fear of the unknown. Oh my God, this could happen, that could happen. It's anxiety producing, but it doesn't have to control how you decide to move forward in your life. It's okay that it's unknown. Flip the script. Flip the script. Needing to know or explain outcomes that have yet to be lived. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really powerful one. And it's okay to say to yourself and to others that may be questioning your movement, well, I don't know, but I'm willing to find out. I don't know, but I'm willing to find out. Yeah, express curiosity. And then last but not least, holding on out of false obligation and false guilt. Mm. And these are big ones, especially when it comes to family members, um, partners, long-term friends, things like that, people like that. Yeah. Or even a job situation, where you feel like if I'm not here, if I'm not doing this, it won't get done. But that's not true. It'll get done just in a different way. Uh, but yeah, this is about let me give myself permission to let go and move forward into the new time, the new year that is coming. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Love it. So, as always, I want to remind you that on Monday, December the 22nd, it's our monthly honoring of the earth. And this is so important. And I just want to thank all of you that do take time to do this in your own way and however it is you're doing it. Even if it is praying and just every day calling forth that humans evolve and realize how important the earth is and how we need to be taking care of it. Um, but you can get ideas for things that you can do as an individual or even as a group by going to the website www.earthday.org.com earthday.org, and they have lots of campaigns like this one of planting a tree, excuse me, or petitions for plastic and fashions of the earth. They will have many different ways that you can contribute to making sure that this earth is habitable for the seventh generation that comes after us. Shay. Yeah. And so, my darlings, there you have it. There you have it. Happy holidays to everyone. So much holiday energy, which I love, love, love this time of year as we're moving toward a new year, 2026. So make some good wishes, set some great intentions. I will be sharing with you the elemental wisdom. Excuse me, the annual commitments closeout, and then the new collective annual commitments that I'll be sharing, but I'll do that in January. But I'll do the closeout for you in December, and we'll do a video on that. Also, again, like I did last year, make a booklet available to you so that you can do your work with support. Yeah, absolutely. Always a nod out to my book, The Wisdom Walk to Self Mastery, still available online and hopefully still of great service to those who open it up. Shay. So I will be back on video actually tomorrow, live streaming a special report about this new moon, full moon in Gemini. And then I'll do the full report on the astrology for December on Sunday, maybe. I might only do half of it. We'll see how much I can get through over these next couple of days. But anyway, I wish you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day into evening. If you're here in the Midwest and other places where it's, please take care of yourself, respect the cold, keep yourself warm. And yeah, we're making it through. It's gonna be okay. And thank you so much for watching, listening, and commenting. Much appreciated. And I will talk with you later after I see one comment that came in. Ah, it's Juanita. Hi, Juanita. Thanks for listening in. Hope this was helpful to you, my dear. Absolutely. Again, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye now.